Friends, this is Hatem Rampurawala, and in this video we will revise SA 501, that is audit evidence specific consideration for selected item. So our target will be a quick recap of this standard from the Pankaj Garg sir's chart, and we'll try to cover this entire essay in approx 15 minutes. Okay, so in this it is in this there are three things mainly. That is, we have to first identify the existence. So basically the name itself suggests there is specific consideration for selected items. Selected items are inventory, pending litigations, and segmental reporting. So we have to verify the existence and the condition of the inventory, the completeness of the litigation and the claim, and the presentation and the disclosure of the segmental reporting. So first we will see the how to identify the inventory existence and the existence and the condition of the inventory. So it is divided into two, that is general procedure and special procedure. In general procedure, when inventory is material, so what is the general procedure? That is, then auditor, what auditor will how auditor will proceed in relation to this. That is, when an inventory is material to the financial statement, it shall obtain when an inventory is material to the financial statement, auditor shall obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence regarding the existence and the condition. So he will obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding the existence and the condition by first the results of an entity's physical inventory count. So first is evaluate the management instruction and procedure for recording and controlling the results of the management physical inventory. So first is evaluate the management instruction. So we are observing procedure regarding the existence and the condition by okay. So now special procedure, that is, there are various cases. First is inventory counting conducted at the date other than the balance sheet date. So it is not been done on 31st March, basically closing date, balance sheet date, but on some alternate date, there is some other date. Then perform the audit procedure. So auditor what he will do is perform the audit procedure to obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence about whether the change in the inventory between the count date and the date of the financial statement are properly recorded. So if it has been done at some other date, for instance 10th April, not on 31st March, so what we will do is obtain audit evidence. We will perform procedure to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence that whether the change in the inventory from 31st till 10, so whether the change in the inventory between the count date and the date of the financial statement are properly recorded. So if it has been increased, so it has been properly recorded increase in the inventory purchase, and if it has been sold, so accordingly appropriately it has been recorded in the accounts. Second, auditor unable to attend inventory count. So if auditor is unable to attend the inventory count at some specific date, so what he will do, they will perform the audit count at some alternate date and perform the audit procedure on such intervening transaction as we have seen above. So if it was not possible for an auditor to attend at some date, for instance 31st March only, let's say, if he is not unable to attend, then he will perform at some alternate date. That is, he will say on 5th April he will attend and perform the test count. So and what he will do is perform audit procedure on that date and will audit procedure on such intervening transaction, that is from after 31st March, that is from 1st to 5th, what all change in the inventory will be there, he will perform a audit procedure on such intervening transaction. That is, make and observe. What the second point says, that is, auditor is unable to attend the inventory count, make or observe some physical count on the alternate date. So he will perform some physical count on the alternate date and perform the audit procedure on such intervening transaction. Third, attend attendance of the inventory is impracticable. So now if it is impracticable to attend at any point of time, then perform an alternate audit procedure to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding the existence. So what basically he want to identify, that is the existence and the condition of the inventory. So he will perform the alternate audit procedure to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding the existence of the inventory, of the existence and the condition of the inventory. If it is not possible to do so, if it is not possible to perform alternate audit procedure, so he will modify the opinion in the auditor's report in accordance with SA 705. And the last case, that is if the inventory is under the custody or the control of the third parties, then what he will do, he will first request the confirmation from the third party, and second perform the inspection or some other audit procedure. So he will request the confirmation or perform the audit procedure or some perform the inspection or some other audit procedure. So it is given that obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence by performing the following. So he will obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence by request the confirmation from the third party, response, perform the inspection, other audit procedure. Then litigations and the claim. So how we will identify the completeness of the litigation and the claim, that is first auditor is required to identify the litigation and the claim by following procedure. So what he will do, he will identify the litigation and claim by following procedure. First, inquiry. He will inquire of the management and with others within the entity. So he will inquire with management, he will inquire with others within the entity or in-house legal counsel. He will review the minutes of the meetings of the TCWG and the communication between the entity and the external legal counsel. So he will review the minutes of the meetings of the TCWG, and he will review the communication between the entity and the external legal counsel, and he will also review the legal expense account. So what all he will do to identify the litigation and the claim: first, inquiry of the management and others within the entity, including the in-house legal counsel. He will verify basically the minutes of the meeting of the TCWG and the communication between the entity and the TCWG, entity and the external legal counsel, and he will review the legal expense account. And if management refuses to permit an auditor to communicate with the legal counsel or external legal counsel, so if management is restricted on the communication communication between auditor and the external legal counsel, so auditor will perform the audit procedure. So if the auditor is unable to collect audit evidence by performing the alternate procedure, so basically what he will do, he will perform alternate audit procedure. And if he is unable to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence by performing an alternate audit procedure, he will modify the opinion in accordance with SA 705. And the last concept in this essay is presentation and the disclosure of the segmental reporting, that is he will obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding the presentation and the disclosure of the segment information in accordance with an applicable financial reporting framework. So basically we have to verify the whether the presentation and the disclosure of the segmental report is proper. So what auditor will do is obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding the presentation and the disclosure of the segment information in accordance with an so presentation and disclosure should be as per the applicable financial reporting framework. He will obtain audit evidence by first understanding the entity, obtaining the understanding of the methods used by the management in determining the segmental information, and evaluate whether such a method are likely to result in a disclosure in accordance with an applicable financial reporting framework. So he will check that whether that such a method which has been used basically is that result in the disclosure in accordance with an applicable financial reporting framework, and where appropriate, testing the application of such a methods, and where appropriate, testing the application of such a methods. So auditor will test such methods. And the second point, so first he will obtain an understanding of the methods, and second perform the analytical procedure, some other audit procedure in the circumstances. So we are done with this essay. Thank you for watching the video.